What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you are returning from the channel, welcome back. If you are new to this channel, I would like to inform you guys that I made videos on chapters like trigonometry, chapters like limits, as well as deriving from the first principle. I also derive the other type of functions like your standard function or standard derivatives and your exponents, as well as the logarithmic functions. So you can go and check them on the playlist section. I made a playlist of derivatives where you can go and watch all those videos there. But here in this video, we're going to start a new one where we'll be deriving, or we'll be differentiating the trigonometric functions. Now, before we do that, you need to know the formulas or the derivatives of the trigonometric functions. Right, before wasting any time, let me just get to it. So we know that the trigonometric functions that we have, one of them is sine x, the other one is cos x, and the other one is tan x. These are the three trigonometric functions that we know of, but then we do have their inverses. So the inverse of sine, we know that is cosec x. The inverse of cos is sec x, and the inverse of tan is cot x. It's cot x. Right, so these are the inverses. If you are not so sure about inverses or reciprocals, go and watch this video here where I talk about them. You can go and watch the video about the inverses on that corner, on that video that appears there. Anyway, let's start. So what is the dy dx of sine? So let me just do this. The dy over dx of sine is gonna be cos x, and the dy over dx of cos is gonna be negative sine. Seems so simple, isn't it? And then the dy over dx of tan is gonna be sec squared x, and the dy over dx of cosec is gonna be negative cosec x multiplied by cot x, and the dy over dx of sec is gonna be sec x multiplied by tan x. Last but not least is the dy over dx of cot is going to be negative cosec squared x. So these are the derivative of the trigonometric functions. You need to know them, guys, but you don't have to worry much about them because they're going to give you on a formula sheet. But then what happens if this, now they have the coefficient. Let me just draw a line here, guys. Just draw a line. What happens if the trigonometric functions have coefficients? All right, so what do I mean by that? Let's say you have this one here where you have y is equal to k sine x. As you can see now, k is a coefficient of the trigonometric function. What is your dy dx for this one? Dy over dx for this one is gonna be k then cos x. So you multiply by that coefficient there. And then what about when you have this one here, k, and then cos x? What is your dy over dx for this one here? So it's gonna be negative. Remember, we have negative sign, negative k, then sine x. There we go. Now what happened if we have this one here? We have k tan x. Okay, the dy over dx is gonna be k sec squared x. There we go. And then the what do you do when you have k cosec x? The dy over dx for cosec x obviously is gonna be negative k, then cosec x multiplied by cot x. There we go. And what happened if we have this one here for sec k sec x? The dy over dx for this one is gonna give us k and then sec x multiplied by tan x. Last but not least, if we have k cot x, what is our dy over dx? This one is gonna be negative k and then cosec squared x. As you can see, guys, whenever we have the coefficient, which is k in this case, we have to just multiply by k throughout. Just multiply by k and then you change to dy dx of that trigonometric function. All right, now let's do the other when we have the coefficient of x. What happens if we have the coefficient of x? So I'm gonna draw a line again here. Try to draw a nice line. So when you have the coefficient of x, this is what I mean. When you have y and y is equaling to sine, then the coefficient of x, let's say it's nx, and then our dy over dx is gonna be n, then cos, and do not forget this nx. Excuse me. Right, what about when you have y is equaling to cos nx, and then our dy over dx for this one is gonna be negative and sine nx. So be very, very careful, guys. Right, this n, do not forget it. It's easy to forget it, especially when you are doing this one. What about when you have tan and the coefficient x? The dy over dx for this one is gonna be n sec squared x. Right, now let's go to the reciprocals. Excuse me, guys, I'm having a little bit of flu. All right, so for cosec and then x, our dy over dx is gonna be negative and then cosec nx multiplied by cot nx. As you can see, cot and cosec, they're gonna have the coefficient of x as well. Do not forget this, guys, whenever you derive. Okay, what about when we have y is equaling to sec nx? Our dy over dx for this one is gonna be n, then sec n x multiplied by tan n x, same as the one of cosec. Do you guys see? The n is gonna be for both the trigonometric functions after deriving. And last but not least, let's do this one. When you have cot n x, our dy over dx is gonna be negative n cosec n x. Right, guys, this is how you do this one when the coefficient of x is present. You multiply by the coefficient of n, coefficient of x, I mean, in order for you to get the proper or the right dy dx or derivatives. Now let's do the last one. I know this is a bit long, but let's do the last one where now we have the coefficient of x and the coefficient of a trigonometric function. Create a line. There we go. Now when you have the coefficient of x and the coefficient of trigonometric function, this is what we mean. Y is equaling to k, which is the coefficient of trigonometric function, and then we have n, which is the coefficient of x. So when we do this one, we know that this is gonna be dy over dx is gonna give us n multiplied by k, then we have cos nx. Do not forget the n is there, guys. Okay, the n is there. What about when we have y is equaling to k cos nx? The dy over dx of this function here is going to be n multiplied by k, then let's not forget this minus, just erase this for now. Just erase this so that you can write it in the right way. Okay, it's going to be minus n multiplied by k, then sine nx. Again, the n is always there. Whenever there is n in our function, even after differentiation, the coefficient of x is going to be there. What about when we have k and then we have tan nx? The dy over dx of this one here is going to be n multiplied by k, then sec squared nx. Right, now let's do this one here, the reciprocals, the inverses. Now when we have k cosec nx, what is our dy over dx for this one? Remember, it's going to be negative n multiplied by k, and then we have cosec n multiplied by cot, or nx, I almost forgot the x, cot nx. So be very careful, guys. It's easy to forget this, and again, be very, very, very careful. What about when you have y is equal to k multiplied by sec nx? The dy over dx for this one is gonna be n multiplied by k, and then we have sec nx multiplied by tan nx. Be very careful, guys. I cannot stress enough about these n's or this coefficient of x. It's gonna be also there after you find the derivative. All right, last but not least, when you have k cot and x, our dy over dx going to be negative and multiplied by k, and then cosec squared and x. Almost made a mistake. And x. All right, so this is how it's supposed to look like here. I forgot the squared, guys, on this one. So this is how it's supposed to look like, guys. I hope we can able to understand this. You can watch this over and over again if you want to remember them, but all I can say is they do give you these things on a formula sheet, but the ones that I give you is the ones on the first batch. These ones here, these ones that I did at first, the one that they gave you. So if you have a coefficient of function, trigonometric function, which is k, this is how you do it this side. And then if you have the coefficient of x, this is how you do it on this block here. Name the coefficient of both the function and the x, and this is how you do it this side. Guys, I can tell you guys to go and share this video with your friend or friends if we did help you. You can leave a comment as well if you have anything to add, or if you have any comment. Like the video if the video helped you guys, and also do not forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I will do another videos where we're gonna apply these formulas here. So I'm gonna do a lot of video where I'm gonna apply these formulas. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe so that you can able to see those videos. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Till next time, cheers.